for we are to God the fragrance of Christ. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 15.
Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Tokwe here. So if you love fragrances, specifically Middle Eastern fragrances, this is where to be. Click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you are always notified when I upload a new video. So today I am sharing 5 Lattafa fragrances in my collection that definitely will get you compliments, but I'm adding tips on how to get compliments first. So if you don't want to hear the tips and want to just skip into the fragrances, I'm going to put chapters so you skip straight to what is important to you. So without much ado, let's get into the video. Guys, so I'm going to go straight into the tips of how or why you're not getting compliments, okay? So I'm going to start with the obvious, which is how much are you spraying? Because I find that somebody would say, oh, Tokwe, you said that Eternal Oud here gets compliments. I wore mine and I didn't get compliments. And how did she wear hers? Excuse me. Can you smell yourself? Can you smell it? So first and foremost, how many are you spraying? I am a chronic oversprayer. So you could see a dent like this in a fragrance of mine, and I can tell you that a dent like this could come from only 2 wears. 2 wears only, and you have a dent. For certain fragrances, a dent like this could be from 1 wear, a single wear, and I have a dent like this in it. So one is how much you're spraying. If it is a very soft floral fragrance, I'll say do anywhere between 10 and 12, depending on how so I'll use this for example. This is Baldia Oud. This is a fruity apple. It's fresh, it's sweet, and we know that fruit-based scent, fruity florals, they're quite not long lasting, especially if the fruitiness is based on citruses. Citruses are the most volatile, so they don't last long. That's why freshies as a scent category do not really last long, because they're usually based off lemons, oranges, bergamot, things like that, which are volatile, they don't stay long. So if you're doing something that is a fruity floral that is fresh and would not, last long, you might I can go 20, 25 if it's one like that, if I want to really. So for ones that are not oversprayers, I'll say anywhere between 10 and 12 is good, but you can't just do 1, 2 and say that you wore a fragrance and nobody can say. Though there are certain fragrances like my Amouage Interlude Man, 2 spritz is enough, because I am not trying to kill myself, because there's certain fragrances that are super strong and you may not have to wear too many. So it is how many you're wearing. But for me, averagely, even for scents that are super strong, I might do at least 10. There's rarely, even scents like Unique Kute, Unique Crush on Me, Chocolate Makes Me Happy. These are quite very potent scents. I still do like 10. So I am like a chronic oversprayer. So how much you're spraying is going to be the reason why your fragrances are not lasting. In the case where you have sprayed them well, spray them a lot, spray them enough, but you're still not getting the compliment. I think the other thing is how does your face look? I remember a time where a friend of mine told me that I have a resting bitch face, and what that means is that when I am not interacting with people or when I'm not talking to people, I don't come off friendly. So I think because of that, if you have that kind of demeanor, what am I saying? If you have that kind of demeanor, I was going to say demeanor, it means that you will be smelling nice, but because you look no nonsense, don't come and talk to me, nobody can really approach you and say, oh, you smell nice. That is another thing, how you look like, whether you look like you're receptive to compliments. So you may actually be smelling nice, but nobody is coming to you to tell you that you're smelling nice because of, how you are. And another thing that a friend of mine who is from a totally different culture as mine also had mentioned at a point was that sometimes it's cultural, because certain cultures, they don't, and if you're like a man, it's a woman, a man may not want to come and tell you that you smell nice, because scents and stuff are almost erotic. If you've watched the movie Perfume, you would understand what I'm saying. So some people may not feel comfortable to approach a woman they don't know to say they're smelling nice without it looking like they're being flirtatious. So I think these could be the three reasons, but the first two you can deal with them, because if you look, I'm not saying you wear up like, excuse me, no, but I mean, you look a bit, you should look a way that I really don't care. But I feel like the really confident people would come up to you and still say, "Oh, hi, you look nice, you smell good." And like, "Yeah, thank you. What are you wearing?" And I also, because I'm into fragrance, even if you look like you don't want to be bothered, I kind of just, and I've noticed that just saying, "Oh, you smell good," it's enough to almost get the person to loosen up and smile and be open for a conversation. Or not that I'm looking to, but you kind of see them visually and like opening up and being more open to conversations and stuff like that. So yes, so I think that is it. That is really one. And then so I'm going to go to my top 5 that absolutely, without doubt, gets me compliment. Mine at number 5 is going to be Baldia Oud. I'm going to say this: I'm not a floral scent girly. If you know me, I'm not one that likes floral scent at all. Floral, fruity florals. I can wear them, but this one, I don't know what is about it. Anytime I wear this, I get tons and tons and tons of compliments. And I realize there are a couple of scents like that are not scents that I personally would go to, but anytime I wear those scents, everybody will tell me that I smell nice. I wore this May last year. It was just when someone was just kicking in, and that was when I got it, and I wore it continuously throughout last year summer, and every day I wore it, someone would say, "You smell good." Somebody would stop me and say, "Oh, you smell really nice, you smell fruity, you smell this." So Baldia Oud is one fragrance that gets me compliment. And I also realize that even my daughters, they reach out for it, because it's apple, it's very sweet, juicy apple. It's very edible, sparkling. So it has that fruity, sparkly, almost girliness to it. So even my daughters also wear it a couple of times, and they always their friends like it. There's no bit. Don't let the name Baldia Oud fool you. There is no oud in it. It is not. It is that no oud kind of Middle Eastern scent that doesn't smell like Middle Eastern, doesn't have any of it. But typically, I gravitate towards the oudi Middle Eastern kind of scent. But this one is non-oudi, no oud in it. It doesn't have any of those. So number 5 is Baldia Oud. At number 4 is Camera, Lattafa Camera. If you know me, there's not a recommendation I'm going to make that Camera will not show, because I love Camera. I love Camera so much that this is my 3rd bottle. I finished 1. I have 2 already. This is like the fullest of the other. The second one is almost here. I don't know why. Somehow I reach for this one more than the one that I've used. Strange. But this is very beautiful. This is praline. This is cinnamon, booze, vanilla. It's so beautiful. Anytime I wear, the last time I wore this, I wore it to work. My colleague was literally sniffing and saying, "You smell good. You smell good. You smell good." It was so fun. She just come and hug me and say, "You smell good. Oh, you smell like a blanket. You smell like a warm hug." This is one that I get absolutely so many compliments on it. So that's at number 4, right? At number 3, is Noble, the Al Noble collection from Lattafa, and this is Amir Noble. This is Amir. Yes, this is Amir. And this one too, I remember this vividly because I wore this scent on my first day of my master's. I got this from my sweetheart here. I got it from her in Ghana because I hadn't seen it in Nigeria yet. Georgette, I'm going to put her channel somewhere down here. It's called Georgette's World of Fragrance. So I got it I went to see her when I was in Ghana, and then she was wearing, I was like, "What are you wearing?" And then she said it was this. And immediately I remember taking her bottle that she had. I took her bottle off her. That's how good it was. And I bought it. So this one too, I have a backup of it. This is my second bottle. I have a backup of this one. I think this is, from what I'm seeing, this is the much newer one. Yep. It's still relatively full. So I have the other one that I have is almost finished, but this is much fuller. So this, and so when I came to school, when I did say that the thing is, the bottle is acting up. I'll deal with it later. But so when I came to school, the first day when I was doing the induction, getting your stuff, this is what I was wearing. So I was in a queue waiting to pick up my ID card. I was with one of my friends, the very first friends I had made while I was in school, and then she was standing behind me, and I was waiting to get the ID card. And I remember, there were a couple of people walk over, I get through, and it's like, gosh, you smell good. That you are the person that was smelling this good. She had been smelling it for a while, and I was quite very far at the queue, and I had to wait for like 6 people before I got to her. So she was smelling me that far, and this is supposed to be a dupe. Let me get my laptop and just give you overviews of what they have in them. So this one, again, I'm squinting a bit because I don't see well. So Amir has oud, spicy and warm spicy. The notes are generally apple, pink peppers, rosemary, cloves, floral notes, oud, patchouli, labdanum, cypriol, and vetiver. But on my skin, to be quite honest, it smells to me. So I have Rosando Matheus number 5, and this smells really close to it. So I'm surprised Amber is not here, because it's, oh gosh, it's almost like an amber floral musky scent. This is so beautiful, but this is a bit more there's like a bit more bitterness in this than the original. I love this scent. And again, when I started work, my student job, the first day of work, I wore this fragrance, and I remember, and I remember a colleague coming in the office, was like, oh, you smell really nice, you smell really, really, really nice. So like, this one is hands down my first one. I've gone almost like halfway already, and this is my second, which is the backup. So this is the Lattafa Al Noble collection, and this is Amir. I love it. Okay, at number 2 is going to be Al Kiam Gold by Lattafa. Okay, this one, again, it's beautiful. This has saffron, raspberries, leather. It has patchouli. It has patchouli, it has oud, it has amber and vetiver. This, for me, again, it's a very dry, green, oudy scent. It's dry, green, oud. It has a slight bit of creaminess, but it's not super creamy. It's just really dry. The benzoin gives it a bit of creaminess and warmth, but not so much. So this scent is like, when I close my eyes and I imagine this scent, it's very dry, but it reminds me of something in the ballpark of Santal Royal by Guilin. It has that feel. I'm not saying it's identical, but if you know Santal Royal and you think of that ballpark, that's how this smells like. So it's really, really, it smells very rich. I find that this one is not one that I would say boldly that it's unisex. No, even though they say it's unisex, it leans a bit more masculine. The way the vetiver, it's a grassy, dry vetiver, makes it really dry yet very nice. The raspberry is just a touch of sweetness. The patchouli gives it even more earthiness, and it gets even more earthy because it has gaiac wood. Yep, I'm right. It has oud, and the leather here is not your very thick leather. This is almost suede. It's dusty. So the dusty leather, and then the earthy, woody, the earthy patchouli. So this is at number 2, and at number 1 is going to be eternal oud. There's a lot going on with how I'm speaking. Eternal oud, and I like this one. Eternal oud is, I had it up. Let me check again. Eternal oud. Interesting. So eternal oud. Yep. Got it. Eternal oud has plum. It has grapefruit. It has heliotrope, orchids, vanilla, amber, oud. It has also benzoin, tonka, and labdanum. So this is a twist on Grand Soir by um, Maison Francis Dijon. It's an inspiration. It reminds you of Groundswell, but without being Groundswell. Groundswell again happens to be my favorite MFK. Okay, so this has the resemblance of it, but this is better because it is not Groundswell. It smells better. It smells just like it opens up. It's warm. It's ambery. It's so beautiful. I enjoy it so much, and the plum gives it a bit of like booziness, like that liquor booziness without it being boozy, and also additionally a touch of like warm spiciness. Because if you think of plum is almost syrupy boozy with a touch of something, the warm spiciness of some cinnamon-esque, smelling almost like cinnamon. So this for me is Eternal Oud is my number one compliment getting set. And just I have a honorable mention, and that is Lattafa Teriak, right? Teriak for me, there has not been a single day. This is not even me exaggerating, but it's just that I find the reason why I didn't add Teriak is that I find that the Teriak DNA is one that is quite pleasing. It works for everybody. My husband wears this and it smells absolutely amazing on him. So if you're a guy and you're bothered about wearing this, please wear it. There was recently when my husband was around, he wore it and I was like, And then a friend of mine too has confirmed it where she has smelled it on her husband too and said, it smells good. Because when my husband smells, the thing about my husband is that he has never feared, it's not that he has never feared, he has never really known which fragrance is for man or for, he just goes and picks anything. And so he has experimented with different fragrances. And sometimes I kind of just chalked it to, he's confident, he doesn't even care, he just wears it. And most fragrances that would not typically be for men, if he wears it, smells fantastic on him. And I mean, it's from him that I kind of felt like fragrances are genuinely genderless because he rocks everything. I mean, my husband has rocked La Vie Belle before. La Vie Belle. He said he wears the office and someone said, you smell nice in a funny way. I said, because maybe she has that fragrance and she was going to say you're smelling like something she knows that is feminine. She couldn't say it. So I'm just saying that this one is because I feel like this smells good on everybody. And that's why I don't usually, I didn't pull to this one. And I'm going to conclude by saying that I know a few of you would go into the comments and say, well, I wear my fragrances for myself. I'm not wearing fragrances for compliments. Listen, compliments are the return on investment on a fragrance investment. Is the ROI on a fragrance investment. Because, I mean, if I'm smelling good, let me know. Let me know that my money is working because, again, I bought it because I like it. But it's good to know that my money is working for me. I don't typically wear, you can see, if you have followed me for a while, you would find out that I don't gravitate towards the typical fragrances that most people like. I don't like, there are just very few floral fragrances I enjoy. There are very few gourmands, but the gourmand, gosh. This 2024, gourmands have had a chokehold on me, like literal chokehold. So I'm not even about to lie here. I'm gravitating towards gourmands now, and it's like, it's a lot. It's really a lot. It's much. So basically, these are my top 5 with one honorable mention. Let me know which fragrances you get compliments on. Even more, let me know which fragrances are not fragrances that you generally gravitate to, but if you wear those fragrances, it's shut down in compliment town. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're watching till this point and you're still not subscribed, please, why? Click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you will always be notified when I upload a new video. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay safe.